All right, I think we are live. Finally. Sorry for the delay. It's been one of those weeks. I'm actually chewing on Danish cookies from New York. Delicious. Sorry. A snack. Might have a Stevie joining in. We'll see. Hello, Analog. This was supposed to be a week of somewhat relaxing, and I need a vacation from my vacation. I took some personal time, spent time with my dad and family. So before I begin, to my dad, friends and family in New York and Long Island, what's up? Anyway, you all know who you are if they ever watch this later. But my dad flew in from Rome, and we had a lot to talk about, and talking about his movie and stuff. Anyway, that's why I was late to the stream. But tonight we're going to talk about some breaking Chromebooks news, and it's fantastic. Well, those cookies are delicious. So Steve, waiting for you to join as a co-host, if you wish. Looks like we're looking good on my end. We'll get started in a few minutes about tonight's topic. I'm actually watching the Weather Channel, of all things. Lots of rain. I need a Linux app that turns off the rain, just, you know. Ah, there you are.
Carmine, how are you?
Tired.
Yeah.
I was just saying I need a vacation from my vacation.
Oh, yeah.
It's been one of those weeks, yeah.
Good visit with your dad, though?
Yeah, he came. He came in late Friday night, late Saturday night. He left late last night, but we were able to do what we had to do. It was the first time in almost 2 years that we were able to look at his movie project together as father and son as a team. And the first time in 2 years, and to talk about the movie, make some minor corrections and editing and stuff. And I took notes. I gave him all the notes. We did an extended trailer. I don't know if you saw the new trailer.
Yeah.
Okay, 3.5 minute
good.
trailer. Yeah, I did it on my simple home Dell computer. I got it at the recycling place that amazingly did the job. So I told my dad, I said, "This is the wrong computer, Pop. I needed a Core i9 or i10 computer, if it even exists, with 3 screens." Now, the way this works, for those of you who have any inkling want to do movie editing, you really need 3 screens. You need the left screen here for the original master copy or the original movie. You need a middle screen for editing, and then the final screen is for the final product or whatever you think will be. I'm trying to do it on one screen, splitting things up, and it was hard. It took us, those 3.5 hours, Steve, took us 4.5 hours. That's the movie. Well, your nephew probably knows all about it, so so.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think that's one of the reasons why his movie was kind of so long. He was afraid to cut, and he thought everything was probably very pertinent to the story. But as you mentioned the other day, you gotta convey that story in a few minutes in the beginning, and then. But it was his project, is what he wanted to do, and
I mean, he personally, like, if I was in a movie, I would rather have it a little bit shorter than longer. The one thing I learned years ago that he may have learned, if you're writing a script, what's called a spec script or just a script, you're trying to sell that, you need to catch the reader's attention within the first 10 minutes or the first 10 pages of a movie. 1 minute is 1 page of script, right? So if I'm writing a movie about the life of Linus Torvalds, we'll say, on a script, and I'm giving it to someone, to a company, I need to get their attention in the first 10 minutes. If I can get their attention, usually that script goes in the garbage because they're reading hundreds, thousands, try to They don't have time to say, well, maybe
Right.
this is good. Yeah, I don't know. They don't have time, so you have to catch their attention. And very few scripts, let alone movies, do that. Movies that do it, Godfather. Obviously, if you remember the way it starts, it grabs you, within the first 5 minutes, Star Wars, you know, and the list goes on and on. Now, I think my dad's movie does it, because I haven't shown the beginning of it, but anyway, trust me, his movie does it, and it's an hour and a half. If anything, I tell my dad maybe it's a little bit too short. I wanted to see more scenery of Italy. I mean, I know what it looks like, but I want to see it. Yeah, we could add a few seconds there or a minute, you know. But it's not critical to the story. It just would have been nice for the American audience to see that foreign land.
Yeah. There are a lot of Salvatore's responsible for the film. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, it's Italian. So
Well, we were doing all the credit. I said this is like a Salvatore movie. But that's there. And he says, no, you're telling the truth. Okay, if it's the truth, then you tell the people the truth. Don't lie. That's their name. Hi Ben, Kenny. It was a
hey
hoot.
guys,
Yeah, it was a hoot this week. For those of you who have seen my Dash trailer and like the music or love the music, I think it's what do you think of the music off the top of your head?
um, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I kind of forget.
Not a problem.
I watched it.
That's not a problem. Go back and play. Tell me what you think. I think the music is perfect. This guy knows his stuff. He teaches in Rome. Anyway, we were having coffee Wednesday at a local shop. This is like where you sit outside, like what they do in Europe. And I was saying, I wish I could tell the guy I want to thank him personally. My dad says, well, I'll just call him. Like, yeah, we just see if he's telling me to hang it out. Like, you got to call? Yeah. He calls him. Sandro, come stai? Sono. Oh, he's talking Italian. So I say, Sandro, how? He says, come mine, how are you? Oh, he speaks English, thank God. So I said, look, man, the music, I've heard the whole soundtrack. You haven't.
mhm.
And I said, Sandro, I'm telling you, New Yorkers do not BS. It's Oscar caliber stuff. Oh, you're too kind. Thank you. I said, hang on. I'm going to pass the phone to a fan of yours or someone I know from high school who's seen an extended trailer. The parts you haven't seen, she said the same thing. The music is wonderful. I said, I'm telling you, Sandro, if this thing sells, this will make your name in the States. And he says, you know why the music's good? Okay. Why? Because Italians are good at music. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. I thought they were good at cooking. But that was one of the highlights of my week. As tired as I am, I should have asked him like if he uses Linux or any form of it. He probably would have said, what's a Linux? Anyway, but that was fun. Hi, Paul.
Yo, Polly.
Hey, Paul. Hey. It was funny on my Facebook. I posted a photo of my dad, Dustin Hoffman, and Robert De Niro all in that photo from like 23 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm like, see, those pictures are meant to be for family use, private, part of the family. But I thought, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to post them, use some pictures, and try to get attention to his movie. He needs help. You can't do it alone. He's
Yeah.
83. He's on medication. Needs help. And if I can get him some attention, so be it. So I posted a picture on Facebook, and I don't know if I have it on this computer. Maybe I can share it here. We'll get to the topic sometime tonight.
That's okay. Take your time.
I'm just decompressing. It's been a long 7 days, and I actually I need another week just to chill. Mother's Day is Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I bought my mom a new TV. Her other one conked out, so I did that. Oh, thank you, Analog. Thank you. If I had like thousands of you, my dad and I could distribute the movie ourselves and forget about the rest, but we can't do it. But thank you. I do appreciate it. Yeah, this is the final day of my full schedule test for doing YouTube. I'll be honest, I didn't put 100% into it, although I did do five shows, 6 shows. I kind of lost track. I went as full time as I could to try to get feedback. I wasn't 100% into it, so I apologize. But that being
Oh, you
said,
were a busy
thank you.
man, so
Yeah, I think one day I did 2 shows. Yesterday I had 0 time because he left last night. Anyway, But Analog, thank you. Thank you. If you guys want to support the channel, check out the links below. Trust me, it helps because of you guys. I was able to get not a new computer, but something that doesn't take me like a whole day to do like 10 minutes of video. And it was because of you guys I was able to buy this computer and edit that trailer. It still took long, but it would have taken much longer with the older one. So thank all of you. It does help. All right, let me see if I can find that photo I'll share with you guys, and then we'll get some other people in here. It is in this. I actually got Windows running, so sorry.
That's why it's choppy. Ooh, no. Kidding.
Okay, let me just share this, and you can probably tell who's my dad. So, can you see that?
Uh-huh.
Guess who's my dad?
The guy in the middle?
Exactly. Can you tell who's on the left? On his left?
Is Dustin Hoffman.
And the guy on the right?
Is De Niro.
There you go. From a movie, I think it was Sleepers, many, many moons ago. So, anyway, thought I would share that with you.
Very nice.
And now I'm done with that. So, yeah, whatever I can do to get attention to his project, you know, to get it out to theaters so you guys can see it and make your own judgment. But I think he's got some special. People have never heard of the story. They're actually stunned sometimes, you know, when I toss it. Yeah, it really happened. Not far from where he lives now. All right, Paul, Ben, Saint Raphael, say a prayer for us, Saint Raphael. My dad needs some prayers. He needs some help. Anyway, all right, let me get out of this, and let's get Benjamin in here. So, Steve, how was your week?
Okay. I mean, I'm up in Vermont.
Okay.
And came up yesterday. Be here for 2 weeks.
Oh,
It's gonna
2
be
weeks.
it's so we're doing a conversion. I'm coaching leading team coaching the store. You know, day one went pretty decent, but you know we're taking a team from one culture and putting
you're
in
in
another, basically.
Vermont. Okay.
Yeah.
If I would have had some extra time, I could have came up and surprised you. See. But I really needed 2 weeks and not 1 week. So, but anyway, we did what we had to do. So, Ben, check your email. It should be receiving it. Paul, do you want to join? Again, tonight's topic will be about Chromebooks, in spite of what we're talking about. Hey, it's my dad's. I have to mention it. If you missed any of this, you can watch this on the repeat. And yes, that photo, by the way, is not Photoshop. You know, I don't think my dad doesn't even know what a flash drive is. So that's the real deal. Yeah, from '96. Yeah, I don't think even he has a computer. His smartphone is a computer, and he doesn't know how to use that much. So it's the real deal. Paul, you're working? Okay, not a problem. Let's see if Ben joins in, and we'll get to the topic. If anybody else, this is an open chat for this evening, and you can join if you're a supporter or not. If you just want to come on and, you know. Hello, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
How you doing?
Did you hear a shout out yesterday about?
Is that what that was?
Yeah, driving by Western Springfield. Hey, Ben.
I was wondering what that was about.
Anyway, I'm just eating Danish cookies from New York, and they're delicious. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough couple of weeks because I'm so used to cooking, and you know the way I've been watching my food that, you know, eating out 3 meals a day is gonna be rough for 2 weeks.
We ate out with my dad and folks, but I did not put on weight. I'm proud of myself. I did drink a little bit too much wine. When we edited the trailer Wednesday, I had like 3 glasses of wine. He had 2. We're like, okay, Dad, you gotta no, don't do that. Way to do this, you know. I'm not gonna say the whole word.
Yeah.
But Um, it's been a while since I had wine, so we got into it, and he said, we probably should have drank the wine after we spent the 4 hours doing that 3 minute trailer. The point is, it got done. So, but yeah, that wasn't very smart of us. Anyway,
Eh,
the trailer, if you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. It's on my channel. It's public. It's free. You guys can check it out. Filmed entirely in Calabria, Italy, based on a true story. So, and he's looking for a partner to help distribute it. He doesn't want the money; just wants a partnership. All right. So, is there anybody else here in the live chat who would like to say hello? If it's your first time, I'm not monitoring how many people are watching. So, um, if not, we'll go into the topic. Sorry it took long. Sorry I was late, but it was a long week. I was actually setting up my mom's new TV set for Mother's Day, so. Okay. It's all right, San Rafael. And let's go into tonight's topic. I don't have a Chromebook. I thought about buying one just to have it to test and to do that, but the budget's kind of tight now. So I just stuck with the computer and bought my mom a new TV for her birth. I mean, for Mother's Day and all that. So I had to get new brakes for my car. It's been one of those weeks. Anyway, you may have heard that the Chromebooks coming out this year. I guess from now forward, or maybe the ones that have come out, except for the Pixel Book, all the Pixel Books, but the new Chromebooks coming out this year. This was announced Wednesday. Google has announced they will all of them run Linux apps, even the sub $200 ones. That says a lot.
Yeah.
With the what's the compatibility layer? Crostini. That's what I sprinkle on my pasta. Crostini. No, but I mean, like, it sounds like something you sprinkle, right? I'll take a little bit of crostini, Steve.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised, because before it was only with the higher end ones like the Pixel Book, which was 1,000, which isn't bad for what it does, but that's higher range. But I've been talking about this since really last year, with Tim. We were talking about, because he has several Chromebooks, but we've talked about a Linux standard. Is there such a thing as a national or international Linux standard with all the distributions and packet Chromebooks? They're based off of Gentoo, or a form of Gentoo. I've never heard a complaint so far. One of the Pixel Book, someone wrote it as it's flawless for what it does. And those things, I think, well, I suspect, they are standard, they're evolving, they'll get better. And sure enough, Google Wednesday announced that all of them from now on, even for $200, will do evidently Chrome, Android, and Linux. For $200, if that's true, that ain't bad.
No.
You ain't gonna get that with Windows. You ain't gonna get that with Mac. Yeah, but it's a Google product. Who cares? It's Linux. It's a start. When people say, "Oh, I try Linux, it sucks. I can't do this or that because I did an update and it crashed and this and that, it wasn't compatible." But if they buy a Chromebook, now granted it's web-based, fair enough. They are somewhat limited now, but it's a quality standard. And I'll tell you what, I bet it's a standard that neither Windows or, dare I say, not even Mac can match. And it's based on Linux. So Windows users say Linux sucks. Yeah.
well,
No, but yeah.
I would have to say this is that, like, yeah, sometimes the updates in Linux can break the system, especially if you're running a rolling release. But answer me this: how has Windows been with updates lately?
I haven't had issues. Now, I don't know if it's luck or there's an angel watching me or whatever. In 3 machines, granted now the other 2 are out there, I got new, with all the updates, fully updated as far as I know, I haven't had the crashes or the problem. Now, I still don't like the update process. Too many reboots, it takes too long. But is that a crash or a bug? We can laugh and say it is, but it's just the way it works. But I get it for thousands and millions of people. Our friend Stephanie, each time she did an update, it crashed her video drivers. She had to now she says with the last update, that's been fixed, but it caused another problem.
Well, because wasn't there an issue where, like, if you had like a USB stick, it wouldn't update and it would corrupt the update?
There was another.
I've
there was
never had something
No,
like that happen.
even though I'm running this in the Windows 10 because I wanted to make sure that the updates work, for one thing, I'm not 100% defending Windows. I'm just saying, for me, it's worked.
Yeah.
And for gaming, it's worked. For some people, there's been look. It's just like Linux. For some people, it's been a problem. Some people not.
Yeah.
There's no question that the update process in Linux in general is more streamlined. If I understand Chromebooks, it's like super fast like this, and you don't notice it, and it doesn't slow you down or reboot. It's always there, and they're automatically patched, from what I understand. So it's a better process. But that's the point I'm getting at. Chromebooks are a high level quality standard. You know. People, well, I prefer Linux Mint to Slackware. That's great, but that's not a quality standard compared to what Chromebooks have achieved. Trust me, if those things sucked, let's say the Chromebooks were not good, there is no way that people are going to buy $1,000 laptop from Google if it's not pre-tested with Linux. It's just not going to happen. You know, evidently they're selling Pixel books for $1,000, $1,300. Why?
At the same time, we have to understand that Google has, marketing. They have the brand name, they have the budget to market it. Whereas a company like Linux Mint,
I agree.
they're not. If they were to advertise, let's say Linux Mint, like Chromebooks are advertised, it would be just as popular.
Okay.
I think.
Wait. Before we advertise a product, we got to make sure the product is ready to go, pre-tested and bug-free. There is no Linux distribution out there, even Ubuntu Mate, that I can say is bug-free. None, except Chromebooks. Now, how do I know that? Is it because of Google says so? From our friend Tim. Tim, if you're okay, watch Tim F. He has 2 or 3 of them. He's told us, never had a problem. That is a quote-unquote a normal buyer, like you and I. He's bought them for his wife, whatever. He's never had a problem. That's how I know. It's not because Google says so. But you're right, Ben. You need, once you have the product, now how do you market it? Yeah. There's no question that's the problem. But even if somebody gave Linux Mint $1 million for marketing, but you don't have the Linux desktop tested, then what's the point of marketing it? Right? So.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I don't have a Chromebook, but I still have that cloud-ready Chromium book I put together, and I kind of went back and forth whether I was going to bring my Peppermint laptop or that, and I figured, well, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to have my regular laptop in case I want to do if I do take videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, walking through the airport in the computer bag, I would have, because the laptop that I have the Chromium the OS on is about 3 pounds lighter because it's a thinner. And I'm almost like, I wish I brought, because that makes a difference, carrying it on your shoulder. And but it did an update, and the update is pretty much the same process as Chrome OS, and all of a sudden it says, okay, reboot when you're ready, and come back, and it's the next version. And a reboot, it's like it's quick.
Yeah.
I was thinking of buying a Lenovo tablet that has Android Go. It's a lighter weight version of Android for like lower spec machines. I think Lenovo has one on clearance for like $50, but what can you get for $50? But I have that in the budget to buy and test it, just to test Android Go. Is it even possible to run a somewhat full, an Android operating system based on Linux on a tablet for only $50? Is any good? I'm tempted just to test it, but I got a feeling it's been pre-tested by Google, I'm assuming, and Lenovo, and I'm assuming it probably works. It probably has a 720 screen and not that fast. But the point is, that's the potential power of Linux. So when people say that Linux sucks, okay, sure. When people say Linux is easy, some Linux is easy, not all of it. Where can I buy a Linux machine or whatever that I know is going to work? You buy any Chromebook. Evidently, they've all been pre-tested now. Some are going to have better speeds and better specs, better cameras. I understand that. And from what I read, you're going to get at least 5 years of updates, guaranteed updates, for a minimum 5 years or more. Can Windows say that? Can Mac say that? I don't think so. Chromebooks can say that. From what I read, now I could be wrong, but from what I read, you're going to get at least 5 years or more. I would imagine with the Pixelbook, probably more. That's not bad because you as a consumer know ahead of time what you're buying, how long it's going to last. It isn't like Apple Mac. You buy a machine in 3 days or 3 days, yeah, 3 years. Now what? It's slowing down, this and that. With Chromebooks, from what I understand, even the cheapy ones, you're going to get 5 years of updates guaranteed. You tell me.
Well, from what I've been hearing, I don't know if it's still in like beta or whatever, but like the whole thing about getting the Linux apps working on Chrome OS, like from what I've been hearing, some people have been having some trouble with that.
It's still in beta. Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
hasn't been fully tested. It's give and take. But I mean, just so you know, if you buy a Chromebook, even the Pixelbook and run those Linux, they're not. Some may work, some may not. But that's out there. It isn't fully. But the fact that it's even possible and it doesn't cost you extra. You ain't got to buy a hub to make it work or a special flash, or install more RAM. It's just pre-built out of the. It's not bad.
I'll be right back.
Okay. But that's what I'm getting at with. I would love to see an Ubuntu desktop at Walmart. I went to Walmart tonight. Now those people, God bless them, they don't have a clue. But they're not trained for that, so I don't blame them. But I would have a clue. Steve would have a clue. You walk in, oh, the Ubuntu desktop, the Linux, the ABC Linux, the Andromeda desktop based. Oh, okay. Sure, you would take a chance on that. Why not? It's Linux. Faster updates, faster machine. More privacy. Why would you want to take a chance? I'm not seeing them. And I get it. Except for Chromebooks, from what there's no money in Linux. From what I've seen. So, that's just the reality of it. But it would be nice to have a laptop like a Chromebook where it's good for 5 years minimum. You can do this, you can do that. Android, Linux apps. At least from the Chrome OS part, it's going to run perfect. If I understand, you do the updates, you're good to go. Streaming is going to work. The camera's going to work. No problemo. No figuring out graphics and all that. Ready to go out of the box. That says a lot, All right, so Adam joined in. Analog says the family is all on Linux now. Nice. I use Linux 80% of the time. This newer machine I bought, I just took the Ubuntu Mate SSD, plopped it in here, but I screwed something up with the graphics, so I had to reinstall Ubuntu Mate again. With Ubuntu type of distros, at least with Ubuntu Mate, when you go to reinstall it, even though I had the backup on a separate drive, there's an option that says, do you want to reinstall to save your documents but not your system settings, or do you want to install to erase? Now that's a nice feature, and I think Windows does that too, come to think of it. But that was nice. I was able to reinstall it. Oh, I know it was a screwed up bootloader. That's what it was. It wouldn't boot, and I didn't want to tinker with the terminal. I figured it was just faster just to reinstall it, and it was, But that's nice, and I reinstalled it. I installed my programs, all my files, folders, pictures were there. Bootloader fixed, no problem. That was the only. I don't know if it's something I did or the machine. It's probably something that I screwed up. Other than that, the machine works the way it should for Ubuntu Mate on a separate drive. All I did with this, I unplugged one of the CD drives or DVD drives and used those cables for the SSD. But I'm running Windows 10 tonight after doing the updates to make sure everything works, and so far it works. Gnostic, am I enjoying my vacation? Yes and no. It's been a long week. My dad came in from Rome talking about the movie, doing an extended trailer. If you haven't seen the trailer, it's on YouTube. 3.5 minutes. It took us about 4 hours to do it, but it turned out well for what it's worth. Not worse. But thank you for asking. Anybody else on the live stream has any comments about Chromebooks or Windows for that matter? This is an open chat, so.
Comments about Windows? How much time do you have?
We got a little longer. I'm just decompressing tonight, man. It's been a long week, yeah.
Well, who do you think could finish first? My rant about Windows or Windows updates? You think I could finish before it updates? I'm kidding.
Let me. You know what? Speaking of, let me see if everything's done on my machine. For it's probably up to date. It probably is.
What do you think about Microsoft implementing
Yeah.
pieces of the Linux
It's-
kernel into Windows?
I didn't have time to read all into that. Without more research, I can't really comment that much. What do you guys say? Hello, Garcon Santos from Brazil. Hola. I haven't read the whole thing. What do you guys seen about it?
I watched a video Chris Titus did on it. That's pretty
Mm.
much as far as I got.
Okay, so what are they trying to do? What is Microsoft trying to do?
Well, from what I understand, from what I've been able to gather from Chris Titus's video, they're not putting the Linux kernel into Windows, right? Like Windows is still Windows, but what they're trying to do is take like the little bits and pieces that are missing from the Windows kernel, and they're trying to take it from the Linux kernel. And so, like, I guess one of the things he said now is that like when you go into like command prompt, you can just punch in bash,
Hmm.
and it'll drop you into the Linux kernel. You can start punching in. And so, like,
Okay.
I don't know. I think
I guess it's okay. It's not something I can't recommend that for newbies. It's not something look. If I want to try Linux, I'll put it on a separate drive on a USB stick, and I'm good. That's I don't want to mess. When I'm in Linux, I don't want to touch Windows, or vice versa. I guess but
I mean, I think Microsoft, I think Windows is just like maybe this will work, but I think that it's turning into a hot mess. It's just turning into a hot mess of everything they could find, and it's like they're not fixing the bugs that are already there. They're just trying to
Okay.
implement new things that aren't going to work
Yeah,
either.
I
It's
haven't messed with it, so I can't really comment. It's not something I would even have any inkling of one. No. Yeah.
with that being said, I did install PowerShell to my Linux machine. I've never used it, but I just thought it
Okay.
was neat to check it
Okay.
out.
Okay. Richard Addison, hello. Anyone is more than welcome to use Chromebooks, but it's not a free system. Isn't there a free version of it, Steve, to like download and try?
It's
Chrome?
the
Yeah.
Cloud Ready Never
Yeah.
by Neverware or whatever they're called.
And it's totally
It's
free,
a
right? To
but
try.
they used
Yeah.
a Chromium browser in it.
Okay.
But it's but they
Yeah.
I forget how they do it, but it's always just two slight releases behind. So it's pretty up to date and it works. I mean, it looks
Um,
just like your typical Chromebook, your Chrome OS.
I'm more I'm more a fan of freedom versus free, meaning having a Chromebook that runs a form of Linux perfectly is freedom of choice to buy it if I wanted to, versus not having that choice. Say it wasn't a free system, free and open source. I wouldn't care because at least I got the freedom of choice to buy it. So, you know. I'm thinking more a Windows user maybe versus pure Linux. But I have to. We still have 1 billion Windows users. I don't have to convince Linux users to try Linux.
Yeah.
I just don't, So, yeah, Gnostic, this is Google Hangouts. Free is something else. Yeah, freedom to use it and to, share it and all that. Well, I'm sharing the idea of a Chromebook for what it's worth. So, until I see the Ubuntu desktop in Walmart or Linux Smith or ABC, we'll go with the Chromebook.
I wish I could follow Stallman's philosophy. I wish I could. I mean, like Fedora is the distribution I want to love. I want to follow Stallman's philosophy. It's just my computer, my hardware hates that philosophy.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I have a choice between am I going to install proprietary drivers to get my
Right,
computer
right,
functioning
yeah,
properly,
Right, yeah.
or am I just going to leave that piece of hardware not to function to go the FOSS route? It's like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to download the driver.
It's it's hit and miss. I was cleaning up my desk and I was switching TVs here. Wanted to try another TV, and I have another 39-inch TV monitor that the graphics I couldn't get 1080p on the other one. I had to go to 720. So I put this other one. See, it's hit and miss, and it's so aggravating. It's so annoying. Now, I'm not blaming, anybody, but that's see with the Chromebook, there's none of that nonsense. You just plug it in and it goes, So, Gnostic, you want to join? Okay. Your email is lost, Gnostic. You might be lost on this chat like the rest of us. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I think for better or worse, and I'm not saying I approve of this 100%, but I think
Yeah.
the future is going to be rolling release.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Yeah. Um, at least that's what Microsoft's doing. It would appear.
And I mean, Chrome
Um,
would be Chrome OS would kind of be like that too, because they're constant. It's not like Chrome OS
yeah.
version 10, Chrome
Yeah.
7,
Yeah.
Chrome 10.
No,
It's just
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
just Chrome OS.
it's the rolling release. It's easy, but it's such a so unobtrusive. I mean, you don't even have to. I guess the one thing is you don't get to choose when your updates are coming.
Mm,
But it just update to let you know, okay, your computer's ready to reboot, and it's at your leisure.
to
Um,
me, it's any machine gives you a warm and fuzzy, comfy feeling, knowing that you turn it on. Okay, it ain't gonna take all day for updates. None of this, you install the updates and the graphics drivers crash. You turn it on, you're good to go. The updates are in the background, and you're good to go for the rest. And that's how I guess what Chromebooks do. Less hassle in the day. So Richard says there's no middle ground. You either want your software to be free. I just want it to work. So, I'm all for the free and open source movement. Again, that's a choice also, Richard. But it
Richard,
also has to work.
I would say I want it to be free, yes, but like you said, I want it to work more. Like I don't know. I mean,
All right, let's get this out of the way there's nothing wrong with a company like Google, or Smith and Jones or whatever, making money, making a profit. Companies have a right to make a profit, to pay salaries, to pay the electric bill. They do not have a right to financially rape you, as it were, but they have a right because that's what keeps the system going, for better, for worse. You know. So now, whether you like a certain company or not, that's a different talk there. But companies have a right to make a profit, to pay the employees, to invest, to expand, pay the bills, all that, so there's nothing wrong with paid versus free, or proprietary versus not. Again, that's also a choice, you know. It's like I said, money's like blood, like it needs to circulate, or else it won't do you any good, as it were, So,
because when you think about it, you got companies like Red Hat and SUSE that they charge,
yeah,
but they're not charging for the tools, right? You can get all the same tools in
yeah, yeah.
OpenSUSE and Fedora, and CentOS for Red Hat.
Mhm.
The difference is that when you pay them, you're getting the support with it.
Mhm.
That's what you're getting. I mean, all the same. Like Yast, from what I
Yeah,
understand, is the
yeah,
same on OpenSUSE as it is on regular SUSE.
yeah, mhm.
You're only
Yeah.
paying for the support.
There was a story, I think it was last month. A person bought the Google Pixel phone, or so. Anyway, he got it and it was defective. So he called and he sent it back. And let's just say Google went out of its way by mistake. They sent them 10 Pixel phones, pink or whatever. I would have stuck a cover in that thing. I would have. Now, if it was, I would say, "Guy, Google, look, I don't need 10 freaking phones. I know, okay. I mean, if you want to send me like an extra one for all my troubles, I get it. But I would have felt bad because that's just the kind of guy. But they sent them a whole bunch. I don't know what happened. But if you search it, I think it was 10 or maybe 5. But and it was a whole slew. I'm like, wow, Google really wants you to go on their phone.
I could have used that like a couple of days
Yeah,
ago.
I would
Man,
have sent them back unless they say, you know what, don't worry about it, just keep. I would have said, okay, here you go, Sam, here you go, Lisa, here you go, it's on the house. Oh, you like Apple? Okay, I'll take them back. Never mind. Anyway, um, the computer experience on an upper mid-range Chromebook is better than what you would find a generic Linux laptop. Okay. Purism sells hardware, but the software is free. Okay. We talked about a pure Linux phone. I'll believe it when I see it. It was supposed to come out January from, I can't think of the name. Now it's been delayed. Ubuntu could not do it when they crowdfunded over $10 million, and they couldn't do it for whatever reason, for the Ubuntu Edge phone, I think, 2012, they had millions and it wasn't enough. So,
I think the problem is that like people don't really see a reason to change. Like iOS is all right, Android is all right, and what forces someone to switch their device, to switch their operating system, is pain points. Right?
yeah.
It's there's enough going wrong with this system
Mm-hmm.
that okay, I'm willing to learn something new to get away from it. And Windows is
Yeah.
pushing people away with their updates, with the viruses, with whatever happens on their systems, and they're pushing people towards Linux. But I don't see that happening with Android or iOS.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a purely Linux phone. If someone's bringing a new phone to the table, they have to bring something that the other two companies don't bring to the table. They have to bring something new.
Like I said, I'll believe it when I see it, and I don't think it's gonna happen. I hope I'm totally wrong about a pure Linux phone, but Ubuntu couldn't do it, and they had the resources. So I don't know. We'll see. Gnostic, let me try again. Gnostic, I'll send you an invitation. I thought I said.
Speaking of phones, mine crapped out on me. I had to buy a new one.
Oh, my dad had the. Speaking of, yeah, my dad, when he came in from Rome, phones weren't working, and he has Vodafone. Anybody from Italy, and they thought he was set up. He could not use the phone. He could only call one person in the States. It called them, and when customer service calls him back, they use my dad's minutes. Oh, wow. He was. I can't say what he was saying in English, but finally I said, Dad, if your data works, just use WhatsApp. Now it deducts the minutes, but at least that worked.
Well, say it in Italian. We'll just use the CC, the caption, the translator.
But oh man, I said, Pop, just forget the freaking phone. You're here for just forget. Yeah, I have to make phone calls. Just zip it, And it turned out the one Sunday when he was here Sunday, he got a call from a film director, somewhat famous. Called him, and he felt good that the guy called him. Was the trip okay? The guy says, and this and that. And I spoke to the guy, nice fella, So it was bad, but it could have been worse. He could have spoken to nobody. And but it was funny when he called Sandro Di Stefano, the somewhat famous Italian film composer. He called him on WhatsApp. He uses WhatsApp? Yeah, he uses WhatsApp. Thank God he spoke English, because I probably would have botched it, but. The world is a reflection of ourselves. Do your part. See you all later. I slaved for a week so you can have free software. You slave for a week so you can have. I don't understand what you're saying, Rich. I'm sorry. You slave for a week so you can have free software. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what you're trying to say, but okay. Take care. Did you get the email, Gnostic? I'm trying to send it to you. It says, address not found. Send an email to me, Gnostic. Yeah. So. Anybody else in the chat that wants to say hello for the first time, you're more than welcome to. I wonder. See, they didn't say the Chromebooks are going to be. I'm assuming from now forward. I don't know. It wasn't quite clear on that. So, let me see real quick while we're waiting. All right. So all the Chromebooks launched this year will be Linux ready. Okay. Well, there you go. All of them. I guess from January forward. Awesome. I still get a kick by using Crostini. Oh, these names in Linux crack me up. Anyway.
From what I hear, it's going to be running Debian
Hmm.
files, like so
Okay.
.deb.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Yeah. There's a lot of choices out there. Steven says, love my desktop with Linux. It's far better than Windows or desktop. This one I'm using costs less than $500 to build. Awesome, Steven. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely an option. I can't really recommend that to newbies who don't know the difference between a graphics card and a hard drive. But that's awesome. Yeah, see, what I want is something for the mom and pops who don't have a clue. Just want to buy it, plug it in, and go. You know, and then let them spread the word. Say, hey, check this out. This thing called the Chromebook. The Chromebook, get it? Chromebook, yeah. Works, hey. So anyway, who was sending me a message? Oh, okay. One of my friends who met us. Let me send a message here. I've known this person since high school, so let me do one more message. Okay. Again, if there's anybody new, or just have a look, if you're new and you have no clue what Linux is, we don't either. No, I'm just kidding. No, but no, seriously, if you don't have a clue, it's okay. Or you're not sure what Windows, how Windows works, that's okay too. I still use both, and that's fine. Don't ask me. Don't get technical about Macs because I don't have one. Yeah, that's what That's what I'm here for anyway. Hello, Gift Daddy. What a name. Hi. I love seeing GNOME software Flatpak on a Chromebook. Awesome. Really enjoy your show. Thank you.
Wait, we're talking about Linux the kernel? I thought Linux was a town in Mass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. See, I told you we don't have a clue here. No.
I'm on the wrong channel. I thought we were talking about the city.
No. Yeah, no, but no. If you have no clue what Linux is, that's okay. I know there's a billion of you potentially who use Windows still. That's what I'm targeting. So that's why I want to talk to you. Why can't you use Linux? And maybe you have valid reasons, and I think I know some of them. I had valid reasons, so it's okay. Come on in, say hello. It's amazing for the last 2 hours the temps on your computer has not changed. Okay. Hi, Ricky. Yeah, I got luck. There's a place across the river in West Virginia that I never knew existed, but I guess it's run. It's run by veterans. They recycle, refurbish computers. I walked in. They had a Dell Optiplex. In case you're interested, and I'll be doing a show maybe next week on how to do YouTube. How to possibly do YouTube full time or less than $500. I don't recommend it, but it's possible. This is an Optiplex 7010 Core i7 third generation. They had it. They said we'll give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. Doesn't work, we'll make it right. And I knew nothing about the people of this place except that it's locally owned and owned and veterans run. He turned it on. It worked. I said, here's the cash. Boom. I walked out the door. Took it home. I popped in my Ubuntu SSD, got that running, and somebody donated some RAM. Thank you to that person. I went from 8 gig to 16 gig. It does make a difference. I think it'll hold 32 gig max. I still need to get a graphics card and a power supply. I can't do it now, but once I get that, then I'll be able to do 1080p and no problem. It can do it now, but still not as fast. But you know what? For $150, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I cleaned it out with my universal dust cleaner, my Black & Decker leaf blower. The dust went, and those two fans, I don't know why. I like the fans spitting, but obviously don't do that, But it works. Yeah, it works. I had to buy somebody mentioned Trident, it worked. I did what did I buy? I bought a DV, no. I can't think. I'm so beat. I bought a DisplayPort to HDMI adapter, and it works. It works. I can do 1080 and not 720p was driving me nuts on my screen, but that worked. So eventually I'll get a graphics card like a GeForce 1060, 1070, and a power supply, and I'll be set. That's all I need. I got lucky. STS Tech, what's up? Babuntu is in the house. Good morning from the UK. All right. Boy, it is early for you, isn't it? Wow. It's a
Yeah,
great
it's what,
community.
4 o'clock in the morning
It's a
there.
great community here. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Gnostic, let me see. Yeah, I almost didn't come on. Like I said, I was setting up a new TV for my mom for Mother's Day, but I thought I'm going to come on and just chill. So, let's see what we got here. Oh, there you are, Gnostic. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see if this works now, my friend. Let's get Ricky in here. I'll stick around a little bit longer. I'm going to try and cut the rest of my Amazon forest tomorrow, my grass. Wow. I did a third tonight. Well, before it got dark, I saw the clouds coming in, and then the sun came out. I'm like, really? So anyway.
Well, it's going to be interesting what my lawn's going to look like when I get back. I
You
showed
have
my
to-
wife how to mow the lawn.
If you don't do it once a week, man, it's because it rains. Well, I mean, then you try to cut it, and it flattens because of the water. And when you're done, the part that flattens rises, and you have these uneven spots. You got to cut it twice, and that really, it's kind of like taking nails on a chalkboard. That's worse than Linux bugs, because at least with Linux bugs, I can fix some of them really quick. With grass, you got to redo it. There's no speed cutting, it's like taking nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, I don't know if you're getting the same weather here.
Yeah.
I'd have a chance. Sunday, I'm going to be off. It's going to be rainy and like 55.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to rain
50,
from what I heard. I mean, if it can hold off, I'll try to cut some tomorrow night. But anyway, it's annoying, to say the least. Well, I'm tired. My eyes are blurry.
Ubuntu says he's still testing Chromium Edge on Windows 10.
Okay. You like to live on the edge. Good evening, Jan Tapar. How are you? You're late? That's okay. I was late. How long was I late, Steve? 10 minutes late, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It
it's all good,
happens.
my
I mean,
friend. It's all good.
You do your best to set up something, and
Yeah, I felt like
gets in the way.
I felt like Mikey, who's always late on this show, I guess, Tux Digital. I guess he's or usually, but yeah. So I should have said I'm late and welcome to Tux Digital featuring Toss Today. That's what I should have started the show with. Peabody, welcome. 88 in Longview, Washington today. What good for you, Stephen. To that person who I think is new, what do you use? Gift Daddy, is that who it was? Okay. Again, if you're new and have a question, don't be shy. This is a family-friendly show. Look, it's family-friendly when I eat all the cookies. I'd be like, I'd eat all of them, but okay. Somebody asked if I was running OBS tonight. No, it's I'm running Windows with just Google Hangouts. Would be hello. Is it difficult to install OBS on CentOS? I have no clue. What's up, Gnostic?
Maybe. I mean, I would assume it's in the repos, but CentOS is more
really
for it's more of an enterprise type
I
thing.
believe so. Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
you might have a tough time with it.
I think the guy who sold me the computer, a young college kid, was studying CentOS or CentOS or whatever. Yeah. He knew what Linux was. I'm like, really? Yeah.
Well, it's worth it if you're gonna get into like that kind of like
Yeah.
the business side of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
Absolutely.
up, Gnostic?
I don't know if he has his mic on, but anyway. What's up, Wood Beast? It does not rain all the time in Washington. That's the only reason you mentioned it. Okay. Well, it's been raining a lot
You
here.
there?
There we go.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
On my end, it's showing it's still muted, but yeah, it's a graphics thing.
Okay. Yeah, I figured there was something going on. Yeah, we can hear you. Cool.
Cool.
Welcome. No, I think it's your first time, so welcome.
Oh, he dropped out.
Oh no. I was just gonna say, see how easy Linux is, and then he just cuts right out. Or maybe he was on Windows. I don't know.
I was gonna say I saw this meme up that said when you're trying to show your friends how cool Linux is, when you try to boot up your computer, it doesn't boot
Yeah.
up. So you go into Windows to try to fix the Linux.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
You know, I was using my Alexa the other night. Where I said, Alexa, tell me. I said Chuck Norris joke. She says Chuck Norris once went to Pluto. Pluto is no longer a planet. How many are there? Like a million of these? It like never ends. You know. Chuck Norris can never be president because Chuck Norris never runs from anything. It's just never.
Well, contrary to popular belief, we don't live in a democracy. It's actually a Chucktatorship.
Yeah, exactly. Chuck Norris once went swimming in the ocean. All the sharks were in cages. Oh man, Chuck Norris once got hit by a train. Nobody on the train survived. Oh god.
Chuck Norris refers to himself in the fourth person.
There you go. There has to be a Chuck Norris Linux joke somewhere. I'm not really sure why, but yeah. Chuck Norris doesn't use Linux because nothing bugs him, or I don't know. I'm trying to think of a joke, but I don't know.
Well,
All right,
there-
Analog. Have a good evening. Adios.
There's no control button on Chuck Norris's keyboard because Chuck Norris is always in control.
There you go. Okay. That's more of a factual statement than a joke, but okay, all right, yeah. I don't know, maybe someone. Chuck Norris can slam a revolving door, haha.
Chuck Norris can strangle you with a cordless phone.
There you go. There you go. Oh, man. Anyway. Again, if there's anybody new, you know, I did, this is my first, this was my first full-time schedule week on YouTube except for Thursday as an experiment to see if I would do these in the future. You guys got to let me, you guys got to tell me, you know. So,
There's Ricky.
hi, Ricky.
What's up,
Oh,
Ricky?
hey. I'm doing good. There's just a thunderstorm going on right now.
Yeah, we're getting rain here too. That's New England for you.
Gnostic says until Google gets the whole YT gets Google, YouTube, the whole interface figured. It's pretty basic. I'm not sure. Sorry you had issues, but it's pretty basic. I'm not sure what issues that's your problem having. OBS is more complicated when you think about it, but yeah.
You know what they say about the weather in New England? If you don't like it, just wait a minute.
Yeah, really.
That's what they say about that in Chicago.
Yeah.
Just letting you all know, Sunday morning, 9 a.m., I am doing a very special live stream. I am doing the history of Slackgrove Surge. And also in that live stream, I'm going to be doing a live installation of Slackware as well. So
Okay.
Sunday, 9 a.m., tune in.
Gnostic says the interface is garbage. Well, the interface is outdated. You like a little private. Well, like once you get on the web, are you really private though? Right? I don't know. Yeah, the Hangouts, Google's going to drop. I mean, it is dated, but this is going away for something else. I'm not sure what. But I will agree, it is somewhat dated, but it works. I mean, for me, it does. So that's why I use it, only because it works. It's not because I favor Google over something else, but I favor what works. So you know.
If you ever get a chance, install Kali Linux on a separate machine, on your main machine, on a separate machine, and play around with Aircrack, Wireshark, a lot of these network monitor tools,
Yeah.
and see just how private you really are when you're on the internet.
Yeah,
It's
for-
scary.
Yep. Pretty much in my
So,
hand right here, I have my early birthday present.
another satisfied Dell customer.
It's Adele.
Yeah, my birthday's on the 19th, about a week or two from
Okay.
now. This is an early birthday present myself. My father brought home a whole bunch of towers. This little one is now in my possession. It's an Intel Core 2 V
It's an
Pro.
SFF, what they call a small form factor Dell. They had those
Yeah.
here too. Yeah, I didn't buy because they were too small, but yeah.
Yeah, this one has a Intel Core 2 V Pro, which is a very interesting processor. I got Windows 10 on it. It's already got 4 gigabytes of RAM, so if I need to, I could put one of my Linux hard drives in it, and boom, dual boot system without even dual booting it.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds like a system. The hardware will crawl on Windows 10, so you might want to put Linux on that.
Richard, come on the show, man. If you want to, we don't have to all agree here to join the show. To be honest, this is about the people first. So, if you want to, if you don't want to, that's okay. I'm not rejecting, non-free, but I just like having a choice. But and maybe I'm saying it wrong. I don't know. What do I'm still a Windows user. What do I know, right? But anyway.
I mean, the thing is that I got an NVIDIA card in my laptop. And it's like, not everybody buys their computer with the intention of running Linux. Some people just have an old computer sitting at home,
Yeah.
and they just want to revive it. And guess what? It has a Broadcom chipset in it. So am I not going to use the Wi-Fi because I want to go the FOSS route? Or am I going to install the drivers to get a fully functional computer, right? I mean...
I don't really worry about Wi-Fi because all my computers are connected to Ethernet.
Peabody says happy birthday. It's not my birthday, but if there's somebody's...
The Ricky.
Yeah. Fine. He was responding to me. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, I'll have Stephanie sing you a happy birthday song Sunday, if I remember. Would like to try and support Patreon as being weird. I don't know, STS. I mean, some people have problems with Patreon, PayPal. There's a super chat for those of you who want to support what we do here. This is not a banking chat. I don't want to have a whole slew of how to support the channel. If you can, you can. If not, that's okay. Thank you. So,
I mean, but Brian Lunduk did a very interesting video one day where he talked about, like, is it easier to go full Stallman or full Balmer, right? Like, is it easier to go the free software route or full proprietary route? He concluded that it's easier to go full Stallman than it is to go full Balmer or whatever, but not even Stallman can go full Stallman.
Life is not about absolutes. It's impossible.
Yeah. Not every free software is good. I mean,
Bruce Lee, the late great Bruce Lee, said it best: adapt or die. Not just but in life, nature, general. So yeah.
I mean, the thing is, while Richard Stallman himself has this massive foundation and he has his own philosophy and stuff, I mean, he cannot go full-blown free software and not have a whole bunch of other software that's not free. I mean, that's just literally impossible. I mean, no matter how much he tries, it ain't going to work.
Well, but hang on. It's not just about what software you use on your own computer. Has he ever boarded a train that's running only free software in his terminal? Does he only ride elevators that have free software in his terminals? Does he? I mean, it's impossible to avoid proprietary software. Eventually, you're going to bump into it.
Yep.
I'm watching Weather Channel. I guess she's a volcanologist. She's actually hot. And I'm not trying to be putty. She's actually... Anyway, sorry. I just did this. And it was good timing. I'm like, wow. Okay. Sorry. King of Base says, what is it with these Linux names? I know. Ubuntu 1910. Eoan, Ermine.
I don't get that one.
I would have preferred Elegant Elephant.
oh, there you go.
There you go. Clever. Elegant Elephant.
But She sounds very logical, Captain.
Yes. So,
The
yeah,
volcanologist.
I know the names are like Dead Beef Music Player. Really?
I actually like Dead Beef as a music player, but I never would have guessed that it was a music player.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, you might as well name it Live Cow Music Player. You know, or Crippled Horse. It makes as much sense as anything else. I'm sorry, that's how I see it. Still, my Windows mine, but that's how Windows users are gonna say dead beef. Really? That means like it ain't gonna work because it's dead. Just a thought. Just a thought. Just a thought. Ermine is part of the mink family. Oh, thank you. That makes it all more palatable. I don't know. Man, she is cute. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at. Oh, they're just going through a top 10 list if she's just a weather gal. Okay, all right. Anyway,
The volcanologist. She's a student of logic.
there was a joke long time. I think on Saturday Night Live there was a nice looking lady doing the weather forecast. She says tomorrow's forecast will be hot and wet. And you, anyway, Solus, Stephen. Okay, all right. Oh, I know you're not mad. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's this thing with Patreon. I don't. This is not that kind of a channel. I don't want to go there. I mean, the links are there if you can support. If there's an issue, I'm sorry, but just don't worry about it. So
Hey, Pizza, how you doing, man?
it's sleepy. Ba 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 boo. Vinny boy. Good day, mate. Because it is a good day in Australia. Vince, how are you?
Oh,
We
no.
got Frosty Ranger of the Frozen Rainbow Rain, and that sounds like a movie. Frost Ranger versus Godzilla. Why not?
Here comes the STL raid.
That would
Oh
actually be
man.
that would actually be a short fight because Godzilla's cold-blooded.
Godzilla. Da, 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 da.
Just gotta freeze him.
Remember that song by Blue Oyster Cult? Da, da,
Oh
da,
no,
da.
there goes Tokyo.
There goes
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Let's get
Hey,
switched.
Banana.
Let's get switched in here. I'm not gonna stay on too much longer because it's been a long week. Literally, I've never worked so hard in my life with my dad being here, but it was worth it. At least I hope it is. Anyway, all right, Switch, hang on. Let's get you in here.
What's up, Banana?
And all right, Switch. There you go. Pizza will get you in here, and I think that's it. Because, like I said, I won't be on too much longer. All right, there you go. Pizza and Switch. Vince, you want to come in? There's room for more. Yeah, a few more. Vince, you want to join? I'm gonna make an offer you can refuse, Vince. You gotta join, okay? All right, Vince, you come in too. I may post a picture of my dad and the Godfather too. We'll see. 1972. Him and James Caan. Bit of history. Anarita, Anarita, Anarita. It's like instead of Mona Lisa, Anarita, Anarita. I tried. Anyway. Spin Viking, hello. So I don't think I'll be doing anything tomorrow, day or night. I'm gonna relax. Tomorrow will probably be the only day in 9 days. Literally, I'm gonna try to do nothing, just chill. And Sunday I'll record news and nonsense with Stephanie. I'll thank you, Stephen. Very kind of you. Thank you. So
I'll be chilling tomorrow
yeah,
in a meat cooler.
sounds cool. Haha.
Yeah.
If you guys,
Dead beat.
it's a dead
Yeah.
beef cooler. Haha. Thank you, Stephen, for the super chat. And if you guys haven't check out Stephanie's rendition of a female Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's cool.
Yeah,
It's from, you saw that? Yeah, she's cool. I'm going to call her Arnett Schwarzenegger. I didn't think she was gonna do it, but I was like, oh please, please, like a little boy. Let's see if I can. She did. I said, Stephanie, thank you. God bless. You're a hoot to talk to.
She gets so tickled with herself.
Well, she's just. I know she doesn't know much about Linux, but I don't. She's just fun to talk to. So
She's adorable.
She's adorable. Stephanie, you're adorable. Anyway.
Wow, what do you know? Uber just went public with an IPO.
It's funny because my dad plays an Uber driver in the movie, like a taxi Uber driver there in Italy. So,
Wow.
yeah. It's in the trailer if you watch it. So,
Greetings.
Thomas, how are you, mate?
Greetings. How's it going there? Going well.
Let
Let me know
good.
if back on my end. I can throw on
Hello.
Okay, hello, pizza.
Pizza. What's up, young man?
I just got back on my computer.
All right. Anarita says, stick to your day job. You don't have a nice. I have a nice talking voice. Singing, maybe if I had some lessons, but yeah. So.
I've been told I have a real face for radio, so.
Face for radio. I just do Arnold. We're going to be here now. Me and Tom can have an Arnold contest. Go 9mm spread.
Wait, hold on. I'll be back with a 9mm Uzi, and then we move a 5-meter spread, no sound.
Who was it that said have an Arnold Schwarzenegger contest? Now, was that you, Vince? Who said we could have me, Tom, Stephanie. Boy, there's a sight, Anyway.
I have a terrible Arnold voice, which is funny because my stepdad has the best Arnold voice. It's like
That's fantastic.
It's.
Are you related to Arnold? Is your stepdad Arnold?
I'm not related to Arnold, no. Well,
Hey,
he is European. I'm too.
Mr. Australia. Good day,
Hey,
mate.
Vinny boy, Baba.
Yeah, I commented about having an Arnold Schwarzenegger contest with everyone on the stream.
So that was you who mentioned. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'll mention to Stephanie Sunday. Maybe one night we could all do it, and well, it'll be rough for her because she's still 6 hours ahead, so it would have to be during the day. Yeah.
Vince, or not Vince, Todd, do you want to try and do a Life from Linux this week or not?
I don't know. I'll let you know. I will let you know. Yeah.
I may or may not be on the computer. I think what I'm going to be doing Sunday is I'm going to take the whole day Sunday and get my next book into manuscript form.
Okay.
I think we are ready for that. So
Okay.
that's going to be my Sunday, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I record news nonsense with Stephanie in the mornings between 10 and 12, somewhere around there, and then I'll let you know if I this. I'll just text you or email you Sunday.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes. If it's going to be raining, crappy rain, probably. If it's going to be nice, I probably won't be in the mood, even if it's nighttime. So, but I'll let you know. This has been a long week. My dad, see, when you're editing movies for trailers, do not drink three glasses of wine, and do it on an outdated computer.
It could have been worse. You could be doing. Could have been
I know.
editing real film.
Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta tell you that at one point we were kind of like mini arguing. No, Dad. No, you need. He says, cut that. No, you gotta put. And finally, I went. Blah, blah, blah. He says, what the hell are you doing?
What about?
Can't win against Arnie.
Have you guys seen the trailer for the Sonic movie?
I have, and it's a very interesting movie.
Somebody made like the Sonic movie trailer done right, and it was just some crappy animated thing, and it was hilarious.
Hey, Pizza, how was that Linux event you went to?
Linux Fest? Oh, it was awesome.
Nice.
What all happened?
Okay, so there was conferences. Brian Lunduke had some, and I went to both of his conferences. The Lunduke show and Linux sucks. There's a
Nice.
all-you-can-eat taco buffet.
Oh my!
Oh, I'm sure you like that.
Oh
that,
man.
that was the best part.
I have some tacos,
They
bro.
had corn tortillas, flour tortillas, hard shell tortillas, and tostadas.
Nice.
I'm sure the seminar right after that luncheon was interesting.
Either everyone's asleep or everyone's doing this.
I know. Well, if you ate tacos all day when you're driving home, you would never run out of gas. Ha ha.
Ooh.
Ba-da-bup-bup.
Well, that's the thing. You have to at the Linux Fest. You have to have tacos. You have to compile it yourself. Right?
We can name it Gas Beef Music Player or something. You know.
And the other thing is there were a lot of booths for different Linux companies, and I got recognized by the Ubuntu Studio guy because he saw my review. But let's just say I didn't give Ubuntu Studio the best review.
Oh.
And he recognized me.
You
and he saw
were
the
not
review,
respectful to the family. What's the matter with you?
Well, some of them appreciate the bad reviews, though.
Yeah.
It really depends on the person, because some of them really take them to heart.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Really change the distro. Like I think the first time I reviewed Farron OS, it really was not positive, but he took a lot of the things in that and said these are valid points and changed them around. You know, but
And actually, the Ubuntu Studio guy said that he took the idea I had in the review. He took that and actually added it to the distro. So I said
Nice,
that
nice.
I said that Ubuntu Studio, in my opinion, this was with 18.10. I said that would have been better as an installer to put on top of other distros, just in case you don't like XFCE or anything. And well, 1904 had an installer for other distros. So
like other desktops.
yeah, no, for other like Ubuntu-based distros. And at first I thought it was just a coincidence, but then he actually said that to me at Linux Fest. So
Nice, that's cool.
Well, some people take it, to heart to take it
Yeah.
to make a positive versus, going all Arnold on. What do you mean it's no good, But
he hadn't watched my videos since I've done a face reveal, so the only way he recognized me is with the shirt I was wearing,
nice.
the Pizza Loving Nerd shirt.
Nice, cool. Yeah,
Big time.
I would have loved to have been there.
And what's later? Do you know the Big Daddy Linux streams? People on there were talking about how good Taco Time was, which is like a local fast food place in Seattle
Ah.
where they sell tacos.
Oh,
It's like
man.
local. It's only in Washington State.
Yeah, we
But
have taco time in Wyoming, though.
In Wyoming?
Yeah.
Oh, there's two taco times. There's the
Interesting.
Northwest one, which is the one in Washington, and then there's another one in Oregon and California.
I bet they
Okay.
sold a lot of Tums on that
So
weekend. or
one
something,
then is one is a local and one is a.
Yeah, one is.
Okay, I got you. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, cool.
What were you
Sound like
saying?
it was fun. Yeah.
Here, I can screen share to show you the difference. If you search Taco Time, both of them come up. So this one right here is the one that's in
Yeah.
more than one state. This is the one in
that's the
Washington.
franchise one. Yeah.
This is Washington has multiple taco times. It's just it's
Yeah.
different than the other ones. So this one is the good one. This one's
Okay.
the meh one.
Yeah.
I
agree with
crack
you
jokes,
on
but I've never had a problem with Taco Bell, if you know what I mean. I really haven't. I've had more problem, somewhat more with Chinese buffets, but can't say with Taco
The
Bell.
Chinese-
Because they tried to bring Taco Bell over here, but it only really lasted a couple of years before they folded.
Oh wow!
So I guess people around here really don't like the gas.
Well.
I actually had tacos today for dinner, and me and my mom were coming up with Taco Bell menu items. Like I came up with a quesadilla. I came up with a nachos taco. So it's a quesadilla on a soft tortilla with chips, meat, guacamole, sour cream, and cheese inside of the taco.
Sprinkle some dead beef Linux on it, you get to go.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, we actually have Chipotle's where I'm from. But those are everywhere too.
I love Chipotle. They added an app recently, and I could get discounts.
Oh, they're
Oh.
awesome.
Ooh,
Oh,
they're gonna be tracking you.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I used a fake name to sign up with it, and I used a fake birthday, which might be a week from now. So I could get free taco for free Chipotle.
I mean, I don't know. Chipotle tastes clean to me. It tastes like.
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
just-
I don't know. Like, there's a Taco Bell within walking distance from here. I like to go in, and see what's new, and I'll try it just out of curiosity. Honestly, I may joke, but I really have not had this. I'm not being sponsored by Taco Bell or nothing, but I haven't had a problem. No.
Yeah, I worked at a Taco Bell in college one summer, and actually, it was the cleanest restaurant I ever worked in.
Yeah, the
was
one I
the
go to
only-
is clean. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the only restaurant I ever worked in They actually had a timer. Every 15 minutes, the timer would ring, and everyone went off and washed their hands and went back to the
Nice.
bar. This is, of
Nice.
course,
Wait.
before. Now, of course, I think everyone wears gloves to make all the food. That was
Yeah, yeah,
before
yeah,
people
yeah.
wore gloves to make food
Yeah,
and
yeah.
have food.
Speed things up, yeah.
Tom, what about the bathrooms?
No, very clean. Every 15
What?
minutes, they check the bathrooms.
Oh. You know who's got the crappy I'm sorry, Walmart.
Yeah.
You're worth a gazillion dollars.
At least
Oh
the
my
robots
God,
they're putting in
it-
Walmart are there to clean the toilets and the bathrooms.
No, but the door's falling off it. It doesn't have a lock. I mean, Jesus.
On
I mean,
it, it'd be
seriously, I'm not
too-
trying to be funny here. You're
Calling
worth
Dyer or
billions.
Whippy Kid, I'm not
It-
pooping toilets.
I'm sorry, but
It'd be too expensive to hire somebody to clean the toilets because you'd have to get them all hazmat suits.
Yeah, really.
I'm
No,
sorry,
but at
but-
least a fresh paint job or something, or put a lock on the.
In-
Not that I care as a guy. I'll take a crap on the floor if I have. But really, I go to lock the door and you can't lock. I mean, really? Sorry, but
in my area, there's one place where the bathrooms are worse than the WalMarts, and that's I don't know what their parent company is, but they have like other stores that are identical but the different names across the states. It's called Stop and Shop, and like I've been to other states where they have a store that's clearly a Stop and Shop with a different name, and the bathroom's like the same condition. It's like complete garbage.
I was
like,
surprised. I really.
what is like a standard
really-
for
I
this
mean, you know,
company?
this isn't a company like Sears going on. I mean, they're doing well. It's like I walked in, I'm like, and as soon as I smelled, I'm like, oh God, and I really had to go. If you know, I couldn't hold it. I'm like, oh God. So I'm like, I'm like, come on, hurry up, I want to get out of here. Come on, you know.
The two worst bathrooms I've been in is the one in my local Jack in the Box. God, their food is probably the best fast food restaurant, but their bathrooms, God. And
I'll
then
put it to you
also-
this way: farting would have been an improvement in this freaking thing, you know. But
The the worst bathroom I've been to of all time isn't actually a public bathroom. It's just I was at 7-Eleven, and normally their bathrooms are employees only, but I needed to go and I know the guy from when I go there, so he let me use their bathroom. Well, since the public doesn't use it, they don't bother cleaning it. It doesn't even have a door. That's how bad it is.
Oh
It
my
just goes straight
God.
from the break room to the bathroom.
This conversation
all right, let's
has gone
change the
down
topic. Okay, enough.
Not for that, huh?
Enough of the gaseous anomalies, as they say on Star Trek. Yeah, right.
I've been getting addicted to Tetris.
Oh, okay.
It's the best game ever made.
Yeah,
I
saw
should
you streaming
install
the
new
other
games
day.
on this. Yeah.
I've been playing Sudoku on my Arch system because it's installed on there by default. So I
Yeah.
don't know if when I wipe the Arch install and go with something else, I might actually have to install Sudoku back onto it. You know.
One of the games that I've been playing is Call of Duty Black Ops 1's zombie mode. I mainly play the level called Kino de Toten, which translates to Theater of the Dead. It's basically an abandoned theater. Basically, you get pretty much endless waves of zombies, but it first starts out easy. But as it progresses, it gets 10 times worse.
Yeah. I used to play that with my boy.
One time, I get to at least around 7. The minute it hit 7, a whole bunch of zombies
Yeah.
started to come from the ceiling down to the floor. They came through the doors. I had a gun ready. I had to literally run laps around the room. I used grenades, guns. They kept on coming, and I was like, what is it going to take to murder all these?
That's how when you go to different. I remember my son playing it. Some kid had hacked a level on the zombie mode, and the guns were your fingers. Oh, you saw- and you saw them floating. I'm like, it was funny to watch,
Yeah.
but it was hacked. Yeah.
Yeah, luckily, one of the things that saved me is right in the center of the theater was an automatic torrent. So I paid a little bit of my points to activate the torrent. The torrent literally one hit killed pretty much everything it fired on. Everything.
Speaking of games, I guess they just started shooting the Halo TV series on Showtime after 5 years of
Oh, no.
development. I'm looking forward to it.
Took
There's-
5 years to make a
It's
Halo.
Hollywood is a unique animal. Even when they have the name being like Steven Spielberg's company, I think, and the money, it takes time. It's weird because they got the built-in audience like myself and a gazillion other people. Anyway, they hired a actor to play the Master Chief. I don't know him, but I guess he's tall and thin. So, but speaking of games, but I've always liked the Halo games, the stories and the books and the soundtrack. So I think it'll be okay. So what's Tim? What's up, Timo? I don't know if I said hello before.
When you're playing Tetris, you have to choose the right version to play because there's some versions that aren't that good and some versions that are the best. I've been playing 2 modes. One, I've been playing the Tetris port for phones made by EA, and it sucks, but it's the only phone version. So I just have to make sure I'm not connected to the internet in order to not get bombarded by ads.
I'll have to download. I was gonna say Super Gas. No, Super Tux Kart. I'm tired.
The other 2 I like is Tetris 100 or Tetris 99 for the Nintendo Switch, where it's like you're playing Tetris against 99 other players, and it's really fun. But the problem with that is 1, you have to be connected to the internet, and 2, the Switch is usually at my dad's house, and I'm not there that often, so I have to I can't play it that often. But I've also been playing Tetris Friends, which is an online flash game where you can battle other players. But the problem is it shuts down on the 31st of this month. So once Tetris Friends shut down, I'm going to have to go back to normal Tetris.
Do you have the Nintendo version for ROM?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have the SNES and NES version. It just makes it way harder because you can't put stuff on hold.
I think they should make a Dead Beef game. Who can come up with the most ridiculous Linux name for an app, or that's how you get points.
I got an idea. What about a library? What if they renamed GDK to GUI Maker or something?
GUI.
GUI
It's
Maker.
GUI.
It's a GUI Maker.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it feels like when you're trying to program in GDK.
GUI.
Everything's all GUI.
If I need to play any other games besides what I play on my computers, I have a Sega Genesis, an Atari 7800, and a GameCube, and a PS3 on the other side of my room over there.
Wait, does the Atari 7800 support Atari 2600 games?
Yep.
I've never...
The only model of Atari system that I don't plan to get because it's so expensive is the Atari 5200, and I've read reviews on that specific console alone. There were so many things wrong with that one.
It was. I heard it wasn't supposed to be a console. I thought it was supposed to be like a home computer.
It was supposed to be a console, but the biggest thing wrong with the 5200 was the dadgum controller.
Oh yeah.
As far as games go, this one isn't the most powerful thing as NVIDIA Quadro. It'll play most previous generation games like Rage. It does perfectly. Quake 4 it does perfectly.
Can it play CS:GO?
It gets by. Yeah, I've tried it with that. It's a bit glitchy. Like Doom 2016, I got to run, but I had to drop the resolution down to 720p. I had to drop a lot of the graphics.
I have a Pentium processor, and I try and game on that thing.
But what's fun is I found a Seinfeld mod for the old Doom games, like the old DOS ones.
Yeah, speaking of...
Rita, you're making me laugh. She called Paul my romantic Yoda. Oh, you're so cute.
Speaking of Doom, I actually have a Doom Free BFG edition for my PS3.
Nice.
I got it on Steam here.
Now, with most of id Software's games, the only thing I have not done on any of them yet is beat Nightmare Mode.
So when I was at Linux Fest, the Linux Sucks conference, there were no seats at all. So I had to sit in the floor. And The guy I was sitting
Oh,
next to
man.
was on a chair.
I wish I was there.
The guy I was sitting next to was on a chair, and he smelled like he had this really strong "I haven't showered for 2 weeks" smell on him.
Oh
And-
my lord.
That might be the case.
And then Brian Lunduke started talking about Steam, and he turns over to me and he says, "What is a Steam?" And I just cringed. And he was like an old man. Like he probably got into Linux in like 1992 or something, like right after it came out.
One question is Brian Lunduke black and white in real life?
What?
I know.
Yeah, he is.
Really?
I actually shook his hand. I also shook Guardian the Linux Gamer's hand.
Nice.
So is it like an aura around him that's black and white, or is it just like him? Like
Well, he called Duberu schmucks. I would have said, "I'm your biggest schmuck, Brian. Nice to meet you." I mean, the friendly way, you know. I probably would have scared. Yeah, I'm from New York. Who you think you're calling schmuck? No, just kidding. But that would have been fun. Yeah.
Yeah, there weren't that many people at the One Duke show. There was probably only like 30 people, which sounds like a lot, but then you look at Linux Sucks.
Yeah.
And a lot of people left immediately. Some people even left early. So when it ended, there was only like 10 people, and then like 8 people left immediately. And so it was just me and some other guy, and I just walked up and met them. And also Brian Lunduke. It was Brian Lunduke at the One Duke show. It was Brian Lunduke, the Linux gamer, some guy who works for Pogo Linux, I think, and a guy who helped design the Librem 5. And also Brian Lunduke's kids were there. And his kids just wouldn't it wasn't annoying, it was more cute than annoying, but his kids just wouldn't like stop talking. They were toddlers.
I never even knew he had children.
I'm still
neither
laughing at
did
the
I.
romantic Yoda comment.
Yeah,
That's where I'm at.
He's mentioned them, but he never brought them on the show.
That's
on
funny.
YouTube.
Paul's little romantic Yoda.
Romantic
And
Yoda.
he got out a 3DS, and the kid was playing on the 3DS, but then he accidentally closed out of his game, and the kid just went ballistic.
Way Linux. No, what? Anyway.
And also at Linux Sucks, there was a 11-year-old kid. So
Interesting.
yeah, and he raised his hand and said, "What is Arch?"
Oh my god.
But basically I don't think people want spoilers for the next Linux Sucks, so I'm
Go
saw-
ahead. I don't care.
I saw
I don't care either.
Yeah.
I saw it
Really,
live,
with those,
but
once you see one, you've seen them all when you think about
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So yeah.
no, this one was different than the other ones. But
So what is Arch? Arch.
Okay. Well,
Arch
this is.
Arch just happens to be the greatest distro Linux ever.
By the way,
There's just
By the way,
there's just one little problem with Arch though, and it's the most nagging thing that Arch has. It's pretty much, in my opinion, the only distro that does not have hardware detection out of the box.
that's because you're supposed to build it yourself.
yeah.
That's the
You know,
point
you
of
guys who like Arch, I can't put my foot on it. Why?
Oh.
Hey, I'm tired.
It's
Okay.
it's because you don't have flat foot.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes, guys.
Or is it because you don't have flat packs?
That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, Arch does have flat packs. That is actually how I'm
Oh,
running Skype. on
Interesting.
mine.
Yeah.
Well,
I had
more
to-
than Arch, I guess. My
Caden Live
Arch
doesn't.
lap does.
Caden Live doesn't work properly on Arch through the normal package. Some of the icons are messed up, so I have to use the flat pack of 1904. But that's the only package issue I have.
I have a very, very suspicious domain that seems to be coming through one of my servers. I'm going to go to it on a virtual machine and see what I get.
There you
What
go.
is it?
Virusesrus.com.
Okay.
Mindshields.icu.
Oh yeah, that does sound suspicious.
No.
I don't know what it is with Facebook, but I get these friend requests that appear to be female. I look at their profile. I'm like, interesting. Can't post that. Nope.
That's what happened when I did the Facebook experiment to try and see, objectively see, does Facebook, listen in and push you ads based on what it hears, which that was inconclusive. But what I can conclusively say is that if you just randomly go through Facebook and liking random things, you inevitably land on a bunch of porn. They just completely link you to it.
What?
You would.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
One time, some kid, I was ranting about Facebook privacy, and then some lady was like, "That's why I use Instagram," and I was like, Facebook owns Instagram, right? And I was like, and she was like, "No, she does. No, they don't." And I was like, "Yeah, they do." And then I Googled it, and then they were like, "Well, Google is just a competitor of Facebook, so they're trying to make it look like Facebook has a monopoly."
Well, you can't fix that.
Wow.
Oh, okay, the Monopoly man
Well,
just gonna toss
I actually have friends though that they're like, we are completely anti-Facebook. They're like, do you use WhatsApp? No, they're run by Facebook. What? You ruined my day.
Yeah.
So I told her, like, Signal is a good competitor. Now the problem is, without Google Apps, Signal seems to drain battery on some versions in some cases. So I installed Signal on my phone, and the first time I installed it, it seemed to do a serious battery drain.
I guess that's a signal not to use it.
Yeah, well, there was an update, so I pushed the update through today, and it seems to not be doing any excessive battery drain. But I think the problem is when you're on a Wi-Fi network and then you go off the Wi-Fi network, it has trouble seeing that, and so it keeps on trying to re-ping itself. And so it might not show as bad usage until I leave the Wi-Fi network.
I use Signal as my main messaging client, and I had that same issue, except I do have Google Apps installed.
How long ago was that?
That was like a week ago.
Okay. Yeah, and do you know what version it was?
No, I do not keep track of version
the
numbers.
latest and Signal we're talking about stuff?
Here, where's my phone? I'll go check.
By the way, just letting you all know, I do have a Skype, by the way, so if you guys feel like adding me, go ahead. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88.
Mine is Fagetta.
About it.
Right, yeah. That's my name, yeah. I don't use it that much, but... Yeah, Skype works pretty good for both Linux and Windows. Yeah.
It does. It seems to me like Skype has gotten very stable since the last update.
That's all I've been using the last month and a half, those news and nonsense with Stephanie in Germany. And she doesn't have fast internet there. She's got DSL, I guess. It works, yeah.
I just got one thing to say about Elon Musk, though. He is most likely going to end up behind bars.
Somehow I doubt that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just updated to 4.39.4 today, and it does not appear to have battery drain yet.
I'm also on 4.39.4, and I haven't had battery draining for a week.
Okay.
And I think I could check my Google Play update
gave me
log.
battery drain is what the one was giving me battery drain.
I can check the change log to see when I got the update, because I have it set to auto update when I'm on Wi-Fi.
I think 39 rolled out today. In fact,
it did.
Yeah.
Oh.
I checked GitHub, and GitHub it rolled out like 3 hours before I pushed the update. But I'm like, yeah, I'm going to update that because I'd like to get it working, but I can't if it's going to be doing serious battery drain.
There's just one little nagging question I have about Skype, and it's nagged me for the longest time. Why is there not an offline account option anymore to where you can use an offline account and not a Microsoft account?
If you already had an offline account, you can still use that, but you just can't create a new one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Because it's a Microsoft product, they're trying to tie everything into Microsoft accounts.
Yeah, that's what I don't like, but it works.
Honestly, every time Microsoft does something with Linux, I start to trust them a little bit more.
Skybear, try the Snap Pack. I think there's a Snap Pack for Skype, or just go to the Skype website for Linux and download it. That's what I did.
I mean, the thing is, I mean, there's so many ways to download Skype now. It's not even funny. I mean, you could literally download on almost every system you have.
Yeah, it's convenient. So I don't like, you can't use, like you said, an account offline, but it works. So
I mean, pretty much unlocked my multi-lib repository on Void Linux a couple days ago, and I've been able to use Skype just fine.
Hey, try installing Discord on Void. It's very hard.
Actually, no, it's not. Actually,
You
I
just
already
have to use the
installed.
Flatpak.
Yeah, I managed to unlock the Flatpak, and I pinned the Flatpak icon to my taskbar here, and Discord just works just fine.
Yeah, but I'm like saying without a Flatpak, try installing Discord on Void or Fedora. Try installing it on Fedora or Fedora and Void are really hard to install Discord without a Flatpak. And Arch is a bit hard too. There is an AUR package, but the GPG keys aren't verified, so you have to enter in a few commands before you install Discord.
I need to wrap this up in a few minutes. Tom, what do you have ongoing this weekend on your channel?
Weekend. Tomorrow I will do a live, but it will probably be closer to 2 instead of 12:30.
Okay.
And it may or may not be an open chat.
Right.
I'm leaning towards that because I do not have time to figure out a
Right.
topic between now and
Steve,
then.
are you on again for the weekend?
I know I'm gonna be on Big Daddy tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
I don't know about the afternoon one. I got to work till 3.
Okay.
And Sunday sometime. It won't be early morning, but I don't. Of course, I got nothing to do after I'm off of work, so it could be any time.
Okay. So, Tom, you said tomorrow around 2-ish?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, another minute. I'm going to wrap this up. But Anna Rita, thank you for the kind comments. Yeah, my dad's movie trip. We finished it up. We did it. I lost track Wednesday, but it's on YouTube. Check it out. 3.5 minutes. Yes, Anna Rita, the music is moving. The soundtrack most of it belongs to a gentleman from Italy called Sandro Di Stefano. I had the pleasure of speaking with him. It was awesome. Thank God he spoke English. But anyway, I thanked him. So check out The Music is Moving, and I told him. I think it's Oscar caliber soundtrack in my personal opinion. But you guys check it out and you tell me. So check out the Crossing the Star trailer. No one's willing to bite. He's got the endorsement. He's gotten 5 endorsements. It's just the politics has to play its course. So.
Yeah. By the way, smash that like button. Support everybody here.
Can I rant about PayPal really quickly?
You got the last word.
Okay. So PayPal, they changed their policy and they want you to give them a social security number now.
Huh?
So yeah.
What?
So at first it was just when you made a new account you had to use your social security number, but they changed it so now they're holding your money hostage for a social security number. And I'm obviously under 18, so I could either put in my social security number and then get banned for being under 18, or I could not have my money. So they just held my money hostage, and that is why I will no longer be using PayPal even when I do turn 18.
Go ahead and watch Louis Rossman's videos on PayPal.
I did. I commented on his video.
If you want a workaround for it, there is an intriguing workaround that will work, although it will cost a little bit more. Incorporate, then you get an EIN number, and you can use the EIN number, and they will have no idea because you're attached to a local.
So if you want to donate, it's the same thing. If you want to donate, or just for
they are. PayPal in the last couple of weeks have been locking every account. In fact, I can receive money, but I can't send money on PayPal.
I can receive money but can't send money.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
But I can pull mine out. If you link a bank account to it, you can pull it out.
Wait.
Yeah, okay. All
Now
right.
for me, it's not the social because I put an EIN number in. They want a physical address as well, and they're not getting it.
Okay.
But what I did is I set up a separate corporation with a registered agent for privacy, and they will accept that registered agent as privacy. I just haven't gone and turned it back
Wow.
on.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what my
You can basically
stepdad told
create
me
a
to
shell
do.
company and do it and get around it.
What I must see if it still allows you to do automatic payments, but now I need to find a way to pay for my VPS.
Yeah,
But
you might. I think you might be able to do automatic payments still,
Yeah.
as long as there's a bank account attached to it.
Aren't there like alternatives to PayPal by any chance?
Venmo
Not-
is becoming a big one right now. Stripe is becoming a big one. So there are some alternatives.
Okay.
Right now, all
Venmo
I'm
and Stripe are the two big ones.
Yeah.
right now all I can accept. I had to take down Spreadshirt too because Spreadshirt goes to PayPal. So all I can accept right now is Amazon.
So much to
wish.
keep up with.
All I can
All
have
right.
now is Amazon wishlist and
Okay.
Bitcoin.
We're
Okay,
gonna-
it does
Spreadshirt
not
does well.
accept automatic payments, so I just tried to donate to toss through a super chat. It does not accept automatic payments, so
No, not the super chat. No, I think Patreon and PayPal you have options. The super chat is just when you want to.
no. I'm saying a super chat. Super chat is tied to Google. And Google pulls directly out of your account without like a password or anything, so it does like an auto payment basically. However, it's not working
I
anymore.
think the only way you can do those now is if you have a bank account attached to it or a credit card attached to it.
One thing I've been doing lately is Google has this app called Google Opinion Awards and rewards, and it gives you Google Play credit for answering questions, and you can use it to do anything on any Google service. You can use it to pay. You can use it to buy YouTube Red, buy Play Store apps, rent a Play Store movie, all of the Play Store stuff, and you could use it for super chats.
That's
This is crazy, man. I need to hire a banker to run this channel, it seems, I got to call the concierge. Tom, come in.
If you want to see crazy, you should see the publishing world, because like Amazon,
Yeah.
they give you separate payments for each country.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
So it's like, and they're not particularly clear about where the payment's coming
I
from.
could see that
So I have
because
to
the
sit there and
currency
scratch my
exchange.
head and
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
all right, this is from what company? You'd think
Yeah.
they'd dump it all into one place and then make one
don't know.
deposit.
I don't know.
No, they do a separate deposit in your bank account for every country. It's just
Yeah.
You think that? Have you ever gotten a deposit from North Korea?
no, not that I know of.
It's probably radioactive. No.
One
but,
time, my website got a view from North Korea, and
Nice.
I have no idea how. It wasn't South
I don't
Korea.
know you. I never heard of this kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just kidding. But
I double checked,
All right.
and it wasn't from South
Bye,
Korea.
Vince.
And then I thought my dad might think it's funny, and then he went on a rant about North Korean
yeah,
spies.
really.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's from North Korea, so it'll blow up before it gets off the ground.
Yeah.
Anyways, I know that person is probably in a prison camp being
It's a
tortured
story
now.
going to blow up in your face. Haha.
Yeah.
No, but all right, I have to go, guys. I'm going to end this. Thank you. It
All
was
right,
great
thanks for
chatting
your
with
time,
you.
Caroline.
And yes, so I'll look for the news and nonsense Sunday afternoon or night. I may do that as a premiere so I can chat with you guys in the chat room. So we'll see. All right. I'm here with Derichi. Joe, I know you popped in late.
later.
Sorry. I'll catch up with you, Joe. Okay, bye-bye. Bye. Thank you all.
Bye now.